Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with us. I'm Olivia.
And I'm George. It's wonderful to be here with you all today.
Yes, it is. Today we have an extremely fascinating topic for our A1 English learners. We're going to discuss something everyone encounters, jobs, how to describe what you do, your daily work, and even what you aspire for in the future. It's going to be enjoyable.
That's right, Olivia. Talking about your job is a very frequent conversation, and it's so crucial to know how to share about it. Before we begin, please, if you enjoy our episodes, share this video with your friends. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and give us a big thumbs up. It helps us tremendously.
Yes, please do. Your support means everything to us. So, George, are you ready to dive into the world of work?
Absolutely, Olivia. Let's get started.
Okay, so let's imagine someone asks you, what do you do? How do you respond, George?
Good question, Olivia. The simplest way is to state your job title. For example, I can say, I'm a teacher. Simple.
Yes, that's perfect. Or you can say, I work as a designer. See, very clear. So, George, what is your job title?
I'm an English teacher, Olivia. I love it. What about you?
I'm a presenter for Learn English with Us, and I also work as a content creator. It's a fun job.
That's great. And sometimes people want to know about the company. So you can say, I work for a marketing agency. Or if you work for yourself, you can say, I'm self-employed.
Exactly. Like me, George. Sometimes I'm self-employed. It means I am my own boss.
Yes, that's nice.
And what about your responsibilities? What do you do every day?
Yes, this is important. You can say, I manage social media. Or, I help customers every day. Tells people what your job involves. Right. So if someone asks me about my responsibilities, I can say, I prepare lessons and teach English to students. That's my main task.
Good example. And we have some useful expressions here. You can say, I'm responsible for example, I'm responsible for planning the classes.
Yes, that's a good one. Or my main task is. For me, my main task is to make learning English fun.
Oh, you do a great job at that, George.
Thanks, Olivia.
Another useful phrase is a typical day at work looks like. This helps you describe your daily tasks easily.
Yes, exactly. So if I say a typical day at work looks like teaching 5 classes and grading homework, you understand my day.
Perfect. So remember, you can talk about your job title, the company you work for, and your responsibilities. Easy peasy.
Okay, Olivia, let's move on to the next part, your daily routine at work. People are often curious about what you do from morning to evening.
Yes, it's interesting to know. So first, you can talk about what time you start and finish. For example, I start work at 9 a.m. and finish at 5 p.m. Simple and clear.
What about tasks during the day like meetings, emails, and other tasks?
Oh, very important. Many jobs have meetings and emails. I can say, every morning I check my emails and attend a short meeting.
Yes, that's a classic start to the day for many people. And then you can talk about your main tasks. Then I work on my main tasks until lunch.
Exactly. And what about breaks and interactions with colleagues? Do you have lunch with coworkers? Do you take coffee breaks?
Good point. I can say, I usually have lunch with my colleagues at 1 p.m. Or, I take a short coffee break in the afternoon. It adds more detail to your routine.
It really helps to paint a picture of your day. So a full example could be, every morning I check my emails and attend a short meeting. Then I work on my main tasks until lunch. In the afternoon, I have a few more meetings and answer more emails. I usually finish around 5 p.m.
That's a great example, Olivia. Sounds like a busy day. My daily routine is a bit different. Every morning I plan my lessons, then I teach students. After lunch, I teach more classes and sometimes have meetings with other teachers. I usually finish my workday around 4 p.m.
That sounds like a fulfilling day, George. So remember, when you talk about your routine, think about when you start and finish, what tasks you do, and if you have breaks or talk to colleagues.
Yes, it makes your description complete.
Next, let's talk about your work environment. This is where you work. Is it an office, remote, hybrid, or outdoors?
Yes, this is very common now. Many people work remotely from home like us sometimes.
That's right. Or you can say, I work in an office downtown, or I have a hybrid job. So I work some days at home and some days at the office. And some people work outdoors, like a construction worker or a park ranger. I work outdoors. It's very nice.
That's true. And what about the atmosphere? Is it a formal or informal workplace?
Good question. A formal workplace usually means you wear a suit and there are many rules. An informal workplace is more relaxed. Maybe you can wear jeans. My workplace is usually informal. We can wear comfortable clothes.
Mine too. I love that. And how are your relationships with coworkers? Are they friendly? Do you work closely together?
Very important. I can say my coworkers are very friendly and we often help each other. Or I work in a small team and we are like a family.
That's so nice to hear. And we have some useful vocabulary for this section, like open space. That's a big office room with many desks. No separate rooms.
Yes, many companies have open spaces now. Another word is deadline. This means you need to finish something by a specific time. I have a deadline next week.
Yes, deadlines can be stressful sometimes.
And we have boss. That's the person who manages you. Coworker. That's your colleague, the person you work with. And client. That's a customer or a company you work for. Then there's team, a group of people working together.
Yes, like we are working on a new project. And finally, flexible hours. This means you can choose when you start and finish your workday within some limits. That's a great perk.
So remember, you can talk about where you work, the atmosphere, and your coworkers.
Now let's talk about something very personal, job satisfaction. Do you like your job, Olivia?
Oh, I love my job, George. It's so much fun to talk to our listeners and share English with them. So for me, I can say I love my job because it's creative and I meet many interesting people.
That's wonderful, Olivia. And that's exactly how you can express if you like your job. You can also say, I like my job because it's challenging, or I like my job because the people are nice.
What about the things you enjoy most or least? Sometimes there are parts of the job we don't like so much.
That's true. For me, I enjoy teaching the most. It's so rewarding to see students learn. What I enjoy least sometimes is grading papers. Can take a long time.
I understand. For me, I love interacting with our audience the most. What I enjoy least is sometimes the technical side of things, like editing videos. It's not my favorite.
We all have those parts, right? And sometimes people don't like their job and they would like to change jobs.
Yes, that's a very common feeling. You can say, I'm looking for a new opportunity. This means you want a new job. or I want to find a job with better pay, or I want a job that is closer to my home.
We have some more useful expressions here. It can be stressful sometimes, but this is a good way to talk about the difficulties but also the positive things. For example, my job can be stressful sometimes, but I love the team I work with.
Perfect. So when you talk about job satisfaction, think about if you like your job, what you enjoy, and if you want to change jobs. Okay, George, let's go back in time a little. Let's talk about past jobs and experience. Where did you work before?
My previous jobs. I can say, I used to work in a small company, but now I'm in a large international team. This shows your career path.
That's a great way to put it. Or before this, I was a student and I worked part-time at a coffee shop.
And what about what you learned in previous positions? This is important for new jobs.
Yes, it shows your skills. I can say in my last job, I learned a lot about customer service, or I learned how to manage a team.
Very good. And this helps describe your career path so far. It's like a story of your jobs.
Exactly. So if someone asks about your experience, you can tell them about your old jobs and what you learned. Like, I used to be a salesperson and I learned how to talk to many different people.
That's a valuable skill. So remember, you can talk about where you worked before, what you learned, and your career path. Now let's look to the future. This is exciting. Let's talk about future career goals. Where do you see yourself in the future, Olivia?
Good question, George. I can say in the future, I'd like to manage my own YouTube channel full-time. That's a dream.
Wow, that's a fantastic goal, Olivia. And that's a perfect way to express it. Or you can say, I want to become an expert in my field.
And what about skills you want to learn? This shows you want to grow.
Yes, I can say, I want to improve my communication skills, or I want to learn more about digital marketing. It shows you are always learning.
That's a great mindset. And finally, your dream job. What is your ultimate dream job, George?
Oh, my dream job is to travel the world and teach English in different countries. That would be amazing.
That sounds like a wonderful adventure. My dream job is to create content that inspires millions of people.
That's lovely, Olivia. So when you talk about your future goals, think about where you want to be, what skills you want to learn, and your dream job.
Okay, George, we've talked a lot about our jobs. Now let's talk about how to ask someone else about their job. This is super useful for real conversations.
Yes, very practical. The most common question is, what do you do? Simple and direct.
Exactly. And after they tell you their job, you can ask, do you like your job? This shows interest.
Yes, it's a nice follow-up question. Another good one is, how long have you worked there? This tells you about their experience. Like, oh, I've worked there for 5 years.
And then, to make the conversation more interesting, you can ask, what's the most interesting part of your job?
That's a great question, Olivia. It opens up for a more detailed answer. Or you can ask, what is a typical day like for you?
Yes. Or what do you do on a typical day? These questions help you understand their work better and keep the conversation flowing.
So if you meet someone new, remember these questions to start a friendly conversation about their job.
Wow, George, we covered so much today. From describing your job to talking about future goals and even asking others about their work. I think our listeners have a lot of new words and phrases now.
I agree, Olivia. This episode is packed with useful information for anyone wanting to talk about their job in English. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try to describe your own job using these phrases.
Yes. And before we go, please, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with us. Share this video with your friends who are learning English and leave a comment below. Tell us, what do you like most about your job? Or if you don't have a job yet, what is your dream job? We love reading your comments and connecting with you all.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Learn English with us.
Yes, thank you. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.